and welcome to The Way I See It with me, ofori-atta Oguntola. I hope that you've been enjoying the journey with me so far and that you've been inspired and encouraged to go after whatever it is that you need to go for. So today, as you know, on my podcast and on YouTube as well, I have been featuring my book, Running Chronicles. I've forgotten the name of my own book. Running Chronicles, 21 Lessons I Learned from Running. And if you want to know why I actually decided to even write the book, let alone feature it in this podcast, do take a look at episode 1 on either Spotify or YouTube to find out why. But essentially, it's a journey and an experience, or basically it's an encounter with running. I started running due to ill health, and I fell in love with the practice of running. But the book is not really about running per se, the act of running. It's really about the lessons that I have learned as I became engaged and as I run, right? And I think that these are life lessons for all of us. And I just wanted to share them with you and hopefully inspire you and hopefully encourage you as well. So today I'm reading chapter 16, and it's called Who's Watching? Who's Watching? When I run, I am answerable to myself alone. No one can see if I walked part of the way or all the way. I can say I run all the way and no one will know otherwise. All that anyone has is my word that I just ran for 60 minutes and I didn't stop once. It's the same with business. No one can see if I lied or cheated on a form. I am the only one who knows. It is my job to hold myself accountable, to be a person of integrity. Sometimes people say something or write it on social media, and I look at the way they behave or what they do, and the two are in such opposite directions to each other. There's just no congruence there. I just wonder, is that the same person? Are they listening to themselves? Do they believe what they are saying? Or is it just a cliched thing to say? Are they just playing the game to be popular with others? Are they just saying what others want to hear? Then I have to turn around and ask myself the same questions. Is what I am saying the same thing as what I do? Do I listen to myself? Am I true to myself? Being who you say you are in private and public matters. So this is a short one, and having integrity is such a deeply, deeply personal thing, and I think it comes with sometimes we have to reflect on our actions. And when I was teaching as a lecturer in university, one of the things we did with my students was we talked about reflection. And one of the things I said to them was how sometimes reflecting on your actions is like walking into a room full of glass, right? Broken glass. And it's on the floor, and you've got to move from one door to the next one, across the room. And it's almost like trying to walk, across the room on broken glass without hurting yourself, without stepping on any glass and bleeding. Sometimes reflection can be that hard. And I'm not saying that you need to reflect to the point where you self-destruct, where you're constantly condemning yourself. Oh, I did that. I said that. I'm a horrible person. I'm a mean person. But I think that sometimes it's so important to just bring our thoughts and our actions and our words into view. And sometimes when they do come into view, they can be, if we're true to ourselves, they can be unpleasant. I have had situations where I have had to look at things that I have said, or things that I have done, or things that I have thought, and I have brought them into view. And God, they are horrible to watch. They're horrible to look at. I look at them and I'm like, but I claim not to be this way. I claim not to be this person. How am I thinking these thoughts? How am I doing these things? Why am I saying these things? And of course, as a Christian, I know that we are sinful, that I'm sinful, that we came into this world as fallen beings. But I think we do our best to not be slaves to that nature, to be honest, to be people of integrity. And sometimes it's not easy when we find ourselves acting, thinking, doing things that are incongruent with who we want to be. And that can be painful. But I think it's important that we reflect and do as best as we can within our power to always do the right thing, to change, to have integrity. I think that is so important. I think that every day we have to work on being the person that we say we are. who you say you are is the person that you must be. And one of the things for me is when I meet people, I'm very open. I have tried that thing where I'm like, I'm going to close my heart, I'm not going to be friendly, which is why when I meet people, I'm usually just closed off in the first place, because I don't want to open up to you, because I know that as soon as I open up to you, that's it, you're in. Hook, line, and sinker, I fall. I will fall for everything you say you are. Who are you? You're presenting yourself to me as an angel. Listen, I'm going to take you completely as the angel, because that's what people do. And then come next day or 1 week later, you find out they actually are the devil incarnate. But I will give you that chance, because this is who you say you are. And so I'm going to believe that you're a person of integrity until you prove me wrong. And then, I'm the kind of person that would just simply just close the door, walk away, just not look back. But I think it's so important that we just are true to ourselves. So important to be true to ourselves and not play to people's expectations or people's desires or who people want us to be, and to not have that debilitating, enslaving desire to belong, to the point where we can lose ourselves, where the person that we present in public is not the person that goes to bed with us at night. I think that would hurt. That would hurt. So let's just try to be true to ourselves, and hopefully ourselves are good. And I've got my hashtags, as you know, and it says hashtag integrity, hashtag truth, hashtag be yourself, hashtag be true to yourself. And I remember over 25 years ago, after university in England, and I had made a decision to go back home to the Gambia. And how old was I? Maybe 24. And when I was going, one of my friends, my good friend, said to me, always be true to yourself. Always be true to yourself. At that time, I don't really think I paid attention. But as the years have gone by, I have realized that I have lived by that. I have lived by, or at least I have done my very best to live by that, to be true to myself. And it's not always easy, but I think it gives me more peace. And it makes me stronger and more confident, because I am being true to myself all the time, no matter what, whether it's easy or not easy, whether it pleases people or not pleases people. I am being true to myself. I will give you everything that I am until you abuse it or take it for granted, and then you will lose it. So I think it's very important for us to be true to ourselves and for our own mental health, for our own well-being. All right, so there we are. I'm going to read another chapter, and it's called The Price. There is a price to pay for running. In the morning, when sleep is at its sweetest and the bed is the warmest and coziest place to be, I still have to get up and run. I have to pay the price of forgoing my comfort for the cold and the inconvenience of getting up early, and sometimes for the snow and the rain. I am willing to pay this price only because I know the reward is worth having at the end. It is the same with business. There is a price to pay. I have to forgo some things. I have to wake up at 2 a.m. or 4 a.m. to work on a project. I have to stay at work longer than most. I have to do more for the client or for more value than I am being paid for. My workload can be terribly heavy at times, yet I know I have to do them. I have to pay the price that is asked of me because I know the rewards will be worth it in the end. So, for me, personally, the Bible says that you must sow to reap. It's a principle, it's a universal principle. If you sow and if you reap and you didn't sow, it's not yours. And you probably don't go to sleep well at night either. You must reap what you sow. What you sow is what you will reap. I am not of the school that says you don't have to work hard. You have to work smart and not work hard. Hey, work smart. Work smart. What's the use of your brain if you're not working smart? It does not excuse working hard. The people that say work smart, not hard, have worked hard already. They have worked hard already to build what they have to build, and now they can sit back and work more strategically. They have other people doing what they need to be doing. You haven't started anything. You haven't gotten anything. You haven't done anything, achieved anything, become anybody, supported anybody, helped anybody, made any difference. What are you working What are you doing not working hard? You have to work hard first to build something. I mean, you could be lucky and have a job where they pay you a hell of a lot of money for doing very little. Good for you. But if you were like me and you want to leave something on this earth beyond just a house and a car, if you are like me and you're chasing after a legacy, if you are like me and you want to leave your footprints in the sands of time, if you are like me and you want them to know that you were here, that you walked this way, that your name was mentioned in this place, you want to leave something that's beyond you, then trust me, you're going to work hard. You're going to work hard because there's a price to pay for that. To be comfortable, to work for someone, etc., etc., you don't have to work that hard. But if you want to do more, be more, then you work hard. And as you know, I have my hashtags. Hashtag pay the price. Hashtag keep grinding. Hashtag it's worth it. Hashtag do more. And it's worth the price. It's worth the price, baby, because I can see the fruit of my labor. I can see the difference that I am making by working hard. I can see the impact I am having. I can see the legacy I am building by working hard. And the more I see that legacy, there's one of the chapters in the book where it says that the more you see the rewards, the more you do, because so the more I see the rewards, the more I see the impact, the more I see somebody said in public, on social media, in this Milton Keynes, that Milton Keynes is lucky to have Nana living here. The more I see the impact of what I do, the more I see the difference that I make to people's lives, the more I do. So I believe in working hard. If you don't, well, that's your prerogative. And all the best to you. And each to their own, whatever works for you. This is what works for me. This is the way I see it. All right, so thank you so much for joining me today on The Way I See It. I hope that you've been inspired. I've been talking about paying the price, and I've also talked about who's watching. Right? So there's a price to pay. You have to get up and do the work. But you have to do it on your own. Nobody has to tell you, are you doing the work? Are you going to work? Nobody has to monitor you. Nobody has to see that you have put 100% into your work. That's integrity. That's integrity. You have to know that this is what is required of my work. This is what is required of me. And I'm going to pay the price, even when nobody's watching. I'm going to run the full course, even when nobody's watching. I'm going to strain myself and work through the night and complete this, even when nobody's watching, because I'm not working for other people. I'm not working to impress. I'm not working to show off. I'm not working for accolades and awards. I don't need them. There is something about knowing that what I am doing makes a difference. It's something about knowing that I am building a legacy. I am leaving my footprints here in the sands of time. It goes beyond needing accolades and acceptance and checking to see if someone's watching what you're doing. So get on with it. Be willing to pay the price and be willing to do what you do with integrity. You have a good one, and thank you for joining me on The Way I See It.